So I had to stop from the last video because I was having an intense emotion reaction to what I was saying. But what I was saying was like, let me just tell you. Okay. Currently, I am scheduling therapist appointments so I can find a good therapist that will advocate for me, that will listen to me, and that will understand that this is all happening, and me and the children deserve our freedom, and we deserve our rights. And I need somebody to support me, and I need possibly the churches. And my plan was to put away all my put away what put away with my petty ways and move forward with finding positivity and love and people who want peace and people who would desire peace and people who desire freedom. And this all seems very difficult because it really, really is very difficult, and it's a lot. It's so much. So I'm going to go to this site and show you. So this is the basis, and this is what I am definitively using as the basis of my truth for people to in therapy. And I'm specifically talking about in therapy and with psychiatrists and psychologists, and to get them on my side. I want to put you on my side. So if you look at this photo right here, let's go over here. So if you look at this photo, and these photos, but if you specifically look at this photo after some healing and time when they open up my mouth and things, when I first saw this, I only saw ones like this, and I was like, oh, okay, like, yeah, we discovered an alien. I didn't realize that she looked just like me. And then, let me just break it down. I don't know how to start or where to start or what to start with. But But I basically have to walk into therapy with somebody to get them on my side because um I'm dealing with a lot of legal issues and I'm poor. They It's become like such a thing to control me that they've given me lymphedema, so I can't work, so I can't have a livelihood. It's become a fight. Like, it's just every day. It's like a difficulty, and then nobody will tell you like what to do or how to do it. Like, I've had minimal help, like figuring stuff out and things like that. So this is NASA.gov. 50 years ago, NASA cancels Apollo 20 mission. The reason why, as I have been explained because I had to ask it myself, was the reason why. Okay, so how I have been told, how I have been relayed, what has been relayed to me is that um, the reason why we went to outer space and went to the moon was because I was left up there, right? So back in, and this is what I have been. It Apollo 20 was actually never canceled. It did happen. It was just placed confidential because of this reason. So when they found my body during the Apollo 20 mission, my other astronauts with me, who I was the captain of the ship, my other crew members actually ended up passing away because our ship was crashed by actual aliens. And then when they crashed the ship, the um, everybody died except me, but I was broken up into many different parts. I was basically pulverized into many different parts, and the alien or put me into, because he knew that my history, he knew the history. I knew my history at that point too. Okay, so um, um, I knew my history. Okay, this isn't my past life. Like, I'm speaking like I really don't have memory. I have feelings. That's how I know this is real. Sometimes I do have like when they're opening up my mouth and stuff, it's like I start feeling a lot of pain, and then sometimes I feel a lot of pain. It's like I'm still experiencing it. That's why I know that, like, oh, you know. So here's a story that has been told to me. me, as this woman who's Apollo 20, right? At that point in my life, you know how the Mandela effect is happening? Okay, so I don't know if you have like followed like human anatomy and stuff or anything, but you think that it's like evolution and things. Well, we used to have humans used to have bones in front of bones that wrapped around their calves, kind of in front of the knees. Okay, so we used to have bone there. And then we used to have like things like we used to, instead of like, we used to have like two hearts, I believe I was told at one point, possibly four hearts. The original Homo sapiens, before this happened, before aliens came and they like, I'm not going to explain it. Before, okay, so I don't know how to explain this correctly. Explain it like you're. It's very confusing because I'm trying to talk in first person and third person, and it just gets a little confusing. So I was told someplace between like 1900 and 1930, possibly 1890, 1880, 1880 to 1930. Okay, someplace in between the real 1880 and 1830. Apparently, at that time, when I went to outer space, now remember, we're talking about have you heard about the Mandela effect? Let's go brief you because this is very important too. This is very, 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 very important. Okay. So the Mandela effect, it's a phenomenon because it's intricate, it's affected not only things that are on the World Wide Web, which I feel like could be affected easily by a computer or a computer processor that is known to like modern man and stuff, but it's affected like, hey, have you ever put back in your home movie and the whole shirt's changed and stuff? Yeah, so it's affected things that are not connected to a modern computerized system. So it is connected to like what is I refer to as the matrix. I don't know what else to refer it to, but this is like a huge part of it. Okay, a huge part in you understanding like how this all happened, because um if not, it makes no sense. It doesn't, there's no rhyme or reason. So maybe you can watch this one. Can I show this on here? Okay, so we're gonna watch this. If it will work, it will work. Let's see. So this is like some of the video. If you go on the black web, you can find like the full video, and it's pretty like 3-5 hours long. And I don't know how much you have to search for it, but it's a lot. Okay, so it's not letting me. So do you see that person? When I do a face overlap, and I did this on TikTok, I did a face overlap, eyebrows, nose, mouth, chin, cheeks, eyes, face, every single thing, we're exactly identical. Chin, cheeks, hair, exactly identical. Okay? Exactly identical. Oh, wait. Let's go back. Thank you, Rick Dangle. So it still doesn't let me. So like I was saying, nose, like at the first point, like I pressed down on my nose, like as if it had been like smushed in and stuff. And exactly identical, like line for line, line for line. Okay. So I was like, yeah, I definitely look like her. There's no lying about that. And then I came to the realization that either this is from California and the human experiments that I went through in California, or this is like literally my history in life. And I wasn't really exactly sure at that point. But exactly. I mean, my eyebrows, my nose, my cheeks, my tucks in my cheeks, my chin line, and this is my writing. And one time I was shown this, and I was asked, and they asked, "Do you remember what you wrote there?" And I looked at it, and I was like, I would definitely have to see this in person to even be able, because I can't. I can't read it, but it's something I wrote. So a letter that I wrote about. I don't know. I would have to hold it. I would have to see it. I can't tell you. And then I was like, look at my handwriting. I was so elegant. I was so pretty. I know it says bled. I can see that it's been warped in age and time and stuff and atmospheric relations and stuff and things, but so here's my skin. And then this is when it got real because it started showing butt. And I was like, so like apparently like this is my leg. This is my face. Like there's more than that. This is a short load. There's more here. It comes. This is after they took it off. This isn't all the film. I've seen more than this. This is after they took off the bars. I mean, we have the same hairline. We have the same hair. It was like looking at looking at myself as an astronaut alien from outer space. That's how I observed it. I was like, wow, it's crazy. Like, whoa, I'm really like an alien, like from outer space, like I'm an astronaut. And I used to braid my hair, and I'm the captain of this huge ship that I built, and I built this temple or palace on the moon or Mars or I don't know. And there I am, like in this incubative state, and like we still have the same eyebrows. Like if my eyes were swollen, like we still have the same like eyebrows, and like my lips, if my lips were like frozen solid, like would they like pucker like this and like point out and stuff. Like I was told one time that this hand here, right here, is actually Ronald Reagan. I don't know if that's true or not, but I was told that that was Ronald Reagan. And like while they're doing this, like I get this like overwhelming like feeling like stop touching me, like, and I'm still like that today, like leave me the fuck alone, don't touch me. Like I really have this part of my personality that I'm like, get the fuck away, like it's not bothering me, it's not bothering me. And like I feel like I've said that to them, like stop touching me, stop it, stop touching me, because I'm alive there. I'm in a comatose incubative state, but I'm alive here. I'm alive. And then like while they're like prodding me and stuff, I'm like, I just get this like, leave me alone. I'm still having like, stop poking me. Why are you touching my third eye? Like, stop touching me. Okay. So no, we don't know. We don't know that. Okay, so needless to say, like, where's this? Okay. So I hope you guys saw all that I just saw. Let's see. If not, this isn't gonna, if not, I don't know. But okay, so now let's go back and like ugh. Okay. And that's what they called me as Mona Lisa. And then coincidentally I started doing face overlaps of Mona Lisa and I was like, wow. So then I started, this is just conspiracy, right? It's just propaganda. This is a lot of propaganda. There's a lot of back propaganda. Like, hey, you want to go through the pages of propaganda that you have to get through to get to the solution of the reality of the show that's not really fucking happening? Yeah. And this right here is actually a, I don't know if this is technically one, but this is actually a spaceship shape shifting. Isn't that cool? It looks like that. I don't know if this is actually the real one. I have seen the picture at one point, but it's actually they like turn into like asteroids. They look like they turn into asteroids or rocks, and they're like literally shape shifting and stuff. And there's more like when they land. Oh yeah, so I did a face overlap of Mona Lisa, and I was like, it's pretty close. Like we look a lot alike. Like yeah, it's possible that this is the same person. At that point I was like, yeah, it's definitely possible that I'm time traveling at this point. That's when I was like, all right, I understand. Like what's the big deal is because like the president pulled rods off my face when I was brought down from outer space to Area 51. I get it. It's a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. But then beyond that, Um, then you go here. Then you go here and you start seeing the pictures through history. And this one didn't show up. And you're like, yeah, I do look a lot like her. So you start moving on and going down and going down. And you're like, fucking hot fucking dog, bro. What the fuck? I'm the original Queen of England. Yeah. And then I did a face overlap. Let me see. Let me go to YouTube. So here she is. And then I did a face overlap and it was 100%. We just kind of have a different eyebrows. And I was like, well, that's just the style back then. And then, given all the other experiences I've had in life, I was very amazed at this point. And now I find out I'm married to Charlemagne, and I'm like, you know what type of men? God knows I just went out the window because now I want, you know what type of men I want. Because you know what I like. So then when I realized I was her, I had overwhelming floods of emotion and I fell in love with Charlemagne. And now I'm in love with Charlemagne. Like, pitter patter in my heart. Like, now I'm alive again. And I have these past lives and I don't really have, I don't know if I have memories. If that's what, I don't know if I have memories. Apparently I do. Apparently I have memories of all my lives, but I definitely have feelings towards them. So, and that's not all. I am a queen. I'm a queen. I'm literally a queen. And these are all my children. Like, well, not all of them, but these are my offsprings. And then I just keep going down and 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 keep going down. And then I realized that all these people look like me. Okay, not all of them, but like the select lineage of my existence, right? Oh, well, you didn't see me go down, but do you see this picture? Did I show you this picture? You saw this picture, right? So then I go down and I go down and I go down and I go down. And I'm like, these are basically all of my offsprings. These are either directly my children at that point, like my grandchildren, or friends, or people I've known, or so then I go to this one. You know how I was talking about the eyebrows? Oh, wait. And then I go to this one. I'll share the tabs because I can't work YouTube. So then I go to this one. You know how I was talking about the eyebrows? I was like, oh, we just have different eyebrows. And I was like, but this picture doesn't have different eyebrows. It sure doesn't. Hold on. Dyslexia. Okay, so I'm here, and I want to go here. And then I want to go like this. And then I want to go like this. And then I want to act like I'm praying. Because I really am praying. No, I'm not. And then I'm like, yep. Yep, I do a facial overlap. And I'm like, yep. That one matches too. That one. So this is what I'm going to have to tell in therapy. So then, now that I know that I'm Queen Grace, which is Hildegard's real name is Grace, and it got changed. So then, now that I know that I'm Hildegard, and I'm French, which I've always, and I'm Frankish, and now I have all this history of who I am there, and I love it because it's like here. Then I go to Mary, Mother of God. And there are images, there are pictures. There are pictures of, there are some pictures of Mary who look exactly like me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, but then I would have to find one and it would take a while. So, but then I go to King David and I go to then I go to then I go to, hold on, not this guy, God rest their soul, but I go to King David's first wife. There you go, that's a good one. Mikhail. And I go, and I know what they say that Michael and David didn't ever have. I call it Michael and David never had. Oh, is this it? No, that's not it. Is it it? That's not it. They say that Mick. Oh, here. And then I go here. No, that's not it. That's not it. And then, okay, so, and then I go, this is how bad my head is. And then I go to Jethro. So then I go to, Moses and Jethro. Okay, so the pictures aren't okay. Let's just keep looking at Michael. And then I go to Michael. And at this point, I'm pretty sure that this is either me or my grandmother or my mother. And when you go to Jethro and you're like, this isn't what fucking Jethro looks like. No. And then you go to Sephora, and this isn't what Sephora looks like either. These were hitty women. I don't know. And Hittites were black. Okay, so anyways, whatever. I'm getting way back. Oh, and you can't see what I'm looking at anyways, so go onward. Somehow. I'm not pulling up the pictures, but I will. Hold on. So when I was a kid, I remember that Michael, and King David. This is part of the Mandela effect. King David and Michael had children. They had children, and then they just were deleted out of the Bible, like they never even existed. But then I go to the pictures of Michael, and you're like, oh, we don't know what Michael looks like, and I'm like, I beg to differ with that because this is the family of God, and they're rich. I'm looking for specific pictures. Not you. Not you. Okay, so I would have to do some research. But then I go to Angels in Europe. And we'll start here. And now I start understanding why I always wear my hair like this. And then I look at our cheeks and our face. And I start realizing I'm a prehistoric creature. So then, beyond this one, let's go here. We start seeing all these angels. We go here. And who is this? This is Olympia. No. And then I look at her and I look at myself and I look at her neck. And mind you, my hairline has gone up a lot. My hair used to be here. My hairline's gone up that much. And I look at her. And I look at her body. And I look at her neck. And I look at my face and I look at her face. And I look at my arms and my wrists. And I look at her hips and her leg lengths. And her bosoms. And her feet. And I was like, either I'm definitely from an angel. I'm definitely related to an angel. I'm definitely from angels. Or I am an angel. But then, now that I know that I'm an angel, oh, I just exited out of it. So then, you look at her face. And her forehead. and her elbows and her arms. Like I'm pretty fat right now, but and I'm like, well, if I was thin, oh God, I can't get my camera right. If I was thin, that is what I would look like. And then your hair. Your fucking hair does this. Your hair does this. And then I realized that I'm Medusa. And I'm all these women. And now I have to tell a therapist this. It's the reason why the world's coming to an end, because we're in Revelations and we're in the apocalypse, because the returning the lineage of God is now walking earth, right? Yeah. God, amen. But there's more. There's a lot more than just these. Over here.